Hey everybody out there, this video today is specifically for the men, okay? Now this is for single men, this is for married men, this is for fathers, okay? First thing I want to say is this: whoever you are, wherever you're at in your life right now, whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you're a teenager, whether you're 65, 70 years old, the world needs you right now, and they need you to be a man. Now, there's a whole bunch of mixed messages out there about what it is to be a man, what masculinity is, what it isn't, whether it's toxic, whether it's not toxic, all that kind of stuff. I don't really want to get into all that. I don't want to get into a bunch of debates. I don't want to argue points. What I want to say is this: God created you for right now. He created you with a plan and a purpose in mind, and He made you for this time right now. If you're watching this video, that means you're alive right now, okay? And so if you're watching this, you've been created for this time in history. You have a role to play. You have a purpose. No matter who you are, no matter what stage of life you're at, whether you're a boy or whether you're a senior citizen or somewhere in the middle, it doesn't matter. Whether you're single, whether you're married, whatever, it doesn't matter. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is this, and this is to all the fathers out there. Whether you're a single dad, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're married, whatever the situation is, if you're a father, this is for you. You have an incredibly important role to play in the lives of your children. Okay? This is a huge responsibility, and it's not something to be delegated to somebody else, to someone else, to a school, to an organization, to a people group, to this thing, to that thing, to the church even. It's yours. God gave you them, and He gave you a responsibility to be part of their lives and to be in their lives and to speak into their lives and to be a living, breathing example of His heart to your children. Now, I have 4 children, as some of you know. I've got 3 boys and I've got a girl. They're all different. They're all individual. They're all unique. They all have separate qualities that I love and admire about them, and they all have separate things, and they all have ways they know how to push all of my buttons and frustrate me to no end sometimes. But that being said, I love my children. And the older I get and the older they get, the more I realize that God has put me in their life for a reason. When I first got married and we first started having kids, I did not give myself enough credit. I thought, you know what, maybe if I just kind of moseyed along, let my wife do most of the work in regards to raising the kids, then my kids would turn out okay. But the older I get and the older my kids get, the more I realize I need to be actively involved in every aspect of their lives. I need to set an example for them that they can follow. Especially my sons. If you're a father out there and you've got boys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They copy everything you do. For most of their lives, they're going to look up to you and they're going to try and model themselves after you if you're a good father. If you're a bad father, if you're an abusive father or a drunk or those kind of things, whatever, again, I'm not judging anybody. But if that's what you are, I've met so many men, young and old, that's the example they saw when they were younger, and they turned the opposite direction because they wanted to be the exact opposite of that. But what I'm encouraging you to do is to seek God first so that you can be the example to your children that He wants you to be. There is a role that only you can play in their lives. There is things that only you can say to them. There's areas in their lives that only you can speak to. And God created you for that, for a reason, for right now. Now, maybe you're a young guy and you're not a father yet. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you want to have kids someday. Maybe you don't want to have kids someday. Maybe the idea and the thought of having children scares the living daylights out of you. Okay? That's okay. But what I want to tell you is this: you can do it. Whether you've never done it before or you're doing it right now, you can do it. You can make it. And if you trust God and you rely on God, He will give you the strength. He will give you the wisdom. He will give you everything you need to be the father that He's called you to be. But you've got to trust Him, and you've got to follow Him, and you got to put Him first. And if you can do those things, then He can turn you into the greatest father your children will ever know. Okay? So I hope that's encouraging to you guys out there, because right now in the day and time that we're in, the society that we're in, they're saying that men are useless. Men are, no good, that we're pointless, that we don't even exist in some situations, okay? And it's time to prove them wrong, okay? It's time to prove all those people wrong and to prove God right, because God is the one who created men and women. He gave us different roles. He gave us different abilities. Study the Word. You'll know that's in there. That's not a slight against women, okay? Because there's things that they can do that I can never do. And that's okay, because God created me to be me and you to be you, okay? And if you're a father out there, if you're a man out there, it's time to step up. It's time to rise up and be who God has called you to be, okay? Be encouraged. Be blessed. I love you guys. I am cheering for you guys, and so is God.